Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's so weird, I never know where to look on my phone. I'm never looking directly at the camera. I left my phone holder. I knew I was gonna do this. I left my phone holder at the hospital. I actually can only do this kind of reading right now. I ordered a new one. I really need to put an Amazon wish list on, but to be honest, no one's ever gotten me anything when I do that. But anyways, thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. I know many of you have said like, don't be on here, rest, you don't have to work. I have a few things to that. One, when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So to me, this is not like work. Yes, it does take a lot of energy out of me, and I do channel, so there is a certain energy to it, but it's part of my daily routine. I'm a Capricorn, so it keeps me in structure. I enjoy doing it. And this was a huge thing, surgery, but I have battled chronic invisible illness my whole last year. And I've gotten on here when I feel way worse than I do right now. So you guys are amazing, and I know that you all have my best interest, but I wouldn't be on here if I didn't think I could handle it. So that is all I have to say about that. And I'm feeling okay. My biggest fear with surgery was triggering my other illness. But to be honest, the thing that I hated most about it is that I did have a pancreatitis, which had to be addressed with antibiotics, which was one of my huge fears of going into surgery because I hate antibiotics. I've had chronic illnesses from multiple antibiotics, so that messed my flora up. So that's going to be something I have to tackle now because I was on IV antibiotics for a few days, and to be honest, that's my biggest gripe right now. Now I'm like, okay, I gotta get back into that groove of things. So I always mention Harriet from Lighthouse because she's one of my buddies, but I'm just mentioning this because she brought up something, or maybe it was in her reading, I don't know, but I just had a dream about like a lot of fruit last night, which fruit is like really good for healing. It's a very high vibrational food. I was eating a lot of it before my surgery to try to cleanse and detox. The colors of fruit are just like really high vibrational for your cells and your brain and your body. But I don't know, maybe that resonates with someone because like I had like a grocery store dream or something. It was really weird. But anyways, okay, so that being said, I just rambled for a few minutes. Let's get started with a Divine Masculine check-in. Now, I am going to do one later on the table, I think, or it depends on my energy level, but I prefer doing them for some reason that way, but because I don't have my stand, I had to do it this way. So let's go, what's going on with the Divine Masculine check-in here? What's up with the DMs today? I'm starting off with the Depths of the Sea from Mystic Moon. I've got 5 cards here, okay? Wow, guys, okay? We've got very interesting energy here. I feel they all kind of connect, okay? We have Dip, which is testing the waters. We have Soul Contracts, School of Fish. We have Triggerfish, Issues and Fears. Pay Attention, which is Crocodile, and Volcano, Mass Eruption. I'm just getting like Hawaii vibes here because of the volcano, and like obviously it's Depths of the Sea, but specifically the volcano. Now, some of you guys are having a huge wave of things being triggered right now. Issues and fears are coming up, but these are things that you need to work on because I feel like if you can tackle these things, you will get to the next level. Like you're being tested, okay? Some of you might even be like kind of dipping your mind or soul into certain things to test the waters to see. A dip could also be almost like equivalent to like a poke on Facebook, or like a little way of contacting your masculine to see like where they're at, whatever a dip means to you. So if you've been abstaining, I feel like you may be engaging in some behavior where you're sort of testing the waters here. But everything that's happening right now is already part of a contract that you guys have already agreed to in this dynamic in your life, okay? It's not just, I've got Dunkin' Donuts today. I usually have Starbucks, but I ordered it on DoorDash, which is a thing in the US. It delivers because I'm not supposed to drive. Anyways, Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, so, everything that's happening is already like what was supposed to happen, okay? Now, I wanted to bring this up because Harriet from Lighthouse Tarot introduced me to the Enchanted World of Twin Flames, this woman named Sylvia, and I absolutely love her channel. And where was I going with this? Oh, so she talked about in her recent live video, and I've had like a couple comments, not many, of people that are like, why are you so obsessed with the masculine? I've really only had one person, but why are you always doing readings on the masculine? Why are you so obsessed? This is a mirrored dynamic, okay? So it's, okay, if you guys are literally just focused on them and union and them, I've already told you guys in the past, that's not what we're doing here. They're used as a vehicle to trigger things within you to work out your issues and fears. They are your trigger fish. You could literally be dealing with a Pisces masculine, okay? But they're the trigger fish to get you to fulfill your soul contracts, okay? And you paying attention is like you really absorbing what the point of this all is. It's not romance, it's not union. Those things are great. But if part of your thing, your whole life has been this codependent romance thing, that's actually something you're supposed to be breaking within this dynamic, okay? So I find it very interesting that none of these cards are romantic, because there are a lot of cards in this deck that are, but these are all about lessons, okay? Tests, issues, fears, all this kind of like gooky energy coming up to the surface, bubbling over so we can work on it, so we can release it, so we can move forward into our happiest and best selves. And that doesn't necessarily involve them. When you get to a point where you're actually okay, you won't care whether they're there or not. Now, then someone could say, oh, well, then they're just a catalyst. Not necessarily, but part of your contract, I'm not saying not all of you, because some of you guys may be meant to be with your twin, but everyone's contract is different, and this might not be the lifetime that you're in physical union, but you may get so spiritually evolved that you do something amazing, something great, something so much bigger than being romantically involved with your DM, okay? Or you affect so many people's lives like that you wouldn't have helped, that you wouldn't have affected if you stayed with your masculine. And I know some of you are like, but I want intimacy, and I get it. Like, I'm Venus Scorpio, which is a lot of feminines I notice. If you guys are Venus Scorpio, say hey. But the thing is that that's also a trigger or a fear, like not having that person. This is a lifetime to break those fears, those triggers, and to come out a different version. We can't keep saying, well, I'm locked into this identity because of my astrological makeup. Like, that's not, that's a self-defeating mentality, okay? So I'm going to pull a couple from this White Light Oracle. Garuda Sparana. This is an eagle. And Theta of Venus, it just said Venus, okay? Number 25 and number 42. Let's see what it says. Attune yourself to higher consciousness by choosing to access the purest frequencies of love within. Acknowledge lower frequencies such as judgment, fear, we already had fear, doubt, or shame when they arise within or around you, but do not give them a foothold in your heart. You are ready for higher understanding, to see things in a new and more positive light. Allow your inner knowing to guide you on a unique, beautiful, and highly spiritual life path. This is bringing it to a higher love. I know I always say that, guys, but I like to pretend I know about astrology, but me compared to other people, I really don't. I'm not like, I've been studying astrology since I'm like 12 or 13, but I don't know really like the transits and all the planetary placements currently. But I do know we just had a full moon in Aries, and this is October, where we have 2 full moons, the second one being on Halloween when the veil is at its thinnest, okay? I just feel this is a time of mass eruption, and this could also be your heart chakra just like exploding with love and with goodness and positivity, like tapping into that inner reservoir of courage and heart. I really feel like a heart chakra opening with this, okay? I also feel this is a time to, it's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be like an ocean that has like a lot of intense waves, to ride with the waves. Like, you know, like a surfer just like naturally gravitates with the waves and be like with the flow of it all, okay? So let's see number 42, this eagle. There's a lot more to this. Let me just say for that Venus one. Venus is our morning and evening star, the stellar goddess and guardian of transitional awareness and higher consciousness. She is the way shower of light and 5th dimension reality, her spiritual guardianship of... Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Let's see what it says about the Garuda Spurana, because I have no idea what that's talking about. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take, and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. So it's really time to use, and this is supposed to be a DM check-in, but I'm just getting a lot of advice for the feminine right now. But this is also something your masculine is facing too. So getting back to the masculine, you know, he's currently facing fears right now. I feel this related to the dynamic. It's like he's starting to realize if this connection is really what, you know, the feminine has been saying it is, then everything in his world is kind of built on falsehoods and going to come crumbling and going to explode. And everything he thought he was and every path he thought was right is not. So he has to do like an about face right now, okay? And he is paying attention. He is realizing that these tests keep coming. He is starting to recognize something is happening here, okay? So let's get some specific tarot for the masculine. What is going on with the masculine here when it comes to the feminine? I usually don't take reversals. I'm going to see how many of these come out reversed, because if they all come out reversed, then I feel like they're not meant to be. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take these reversals. So we do have the Empress reversed. I feel like he feels he's losing his feminine because he's played with fire too much. He's undermined this connection too much. He feels like, even though he doesn't understand, she can't really step out of her role as an Empress. She's already divinely guided to be a divine feminine. But he's starting to think she's detaching. She's separating from her identity in this dynamic because he has stood at this crossroads too long. This is another thing about decision and decisiveness. He's been unable to make a decision, and because of that, he feels like he's losing his feminine, okay? He's been guarded. He's been on defense because he's trying to preserve his ego here, okay? And he's also denied what he's wanted with this Nine of Cups reverse. He's denied his actual heart, his actual desires, his actual like intuition that he knows what's right here, okay? So he's actually made himself more confused. But the thing is, the feminine was never confused. And now she's like, you know what? If you're not going to participate in this dynamic, I'm still an Empress, but I am not going to be your Empress. That's just there for you at your disposal, okay? And this isn't even like a rebellious energy. This is like she cannot, on her path of growth, stay stuck for too long knocking on the same door because she has a mission, okay? I feel the masculine is really starting to understand his role in this dynamic, the significance of it, but he's also feeling like it's too late. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. Getting a lot of reversals today. Let's see what this deck has to say. We've got a Page of Cups reversed. Well, this isn't reversed. Another 7. He's very conflicted, this masculine. And he's trying to figure out how he can make this work. But he's still trying to do it within keeping everything at status quo in his life, which he's going to realize this is not going to work. Okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, we've got the Devil reversed. He is starting to realize that these things that keep him chained and bound, they're not helping the situation, but he's also still really fighting. He's still really fighting these demons that he has. And sometimes I feel like he feels he's on top, but sometimes I feel like it's like an ocean, like a wave that's taking him under. So, but this is him looking at all these different now this isn't a 7 of Cups, but it kind of reminds me of it, where he's just like looking at all these different things and he's like trying to figure out, how is this going to work? He feels if he could close his heart chakra, if he could just cut off that part that feels emotionally connected to the feminine, then his mind will be clear. But at the same time, this sense of loss, this sense of being shut out from the possibilities of joy, of the things that he wanted, is like plaguing him, okay? So let's get one last message here from the tarot. Let's get just one card of clarity. Look at this, you guys. It's like almost like too late, because by the time he figures it out, this Empress... Now, like I said, I don't always do reversals. So even just the fact that she's showing up, and this is Venus ruled. We also had the Theta of Venus. It's like she's always going to have that love in her heart for this journey, for the masculine. She's still there. She's still the Empress, but she's not as easily accessible. And it may be that he needs to get to this point where he is really solid in stepping up as the Emperor for her to come back around, okay? Let's get some messages from Messages of Love Oracle from All Things Intuitive, and just get acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. That's what I was saying about going with the flow in this energy, not fighting the tide, just allowing things to flow, whatever is unfolding in your life, not having to understand, not having to know. Trust. Oh my God, it is safe to trust in this situation. So both parties, I feel, are learning about this kind of feeling, okay? Now, you know, I may get to a reading later, and I usually do more like messages from the masculine, but this is just what I've been called to do right now, is just a more spiritual kind of reading. So let's get one last overall energy, the Witness, number 64. So I don't know why I was being called to share this, but this also reminds me of pay attention, like looking, watching, waiting. This is my mom's favorite movie, The Witness. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It takes place in, I feel like the word is, it takes place in Pennsylvania. It's about the Quaker lifestyle. Is it the Quaker? Why do I feel like I'm saying the wrong word? And what's the, Harrison Ford is the main actor, but the whole movie is about these two people from totally different lives, and they fall in love and whatever, but I don't want to give away the movie really, but it's kind of a movie about like love has no barriers and no cultural barriers, but also like in the end, well, I don't want to give it away. So if you guys have seen this movie, you know what I'm getting at with this, okay? I don't want to be a spoiler, but I also want to read from the book and see what it says. Because I feel, I mean, now that I've been on the twin flame journey, I look at so many movies and shows and I'm like, they're twin flames. It's so weird. So actually the Witness is the last card of this deck. That's interesting. So let's see what it says. The Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation. The Witness has been by your side all along, is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. Like I said, go with the flow. Witness creation unfolding before you. Acknowledge your preconceptions, ideas, and feelings about the situation you're in, but resist the urge to change any of it. Do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Instead, take a few breaths and connect with the joy of not having to perform. Hold space for the world to keep spinning on its own. That's exactly what I was saying, guys, is that this is an energy about literally going with the flow, the tide of whatever comes up, okay? I'm going to pull just 2 cards from what the masculine would want to communicate to the feminine right now. This is from In the Shadows, from All Things Intuitive. I took the easy way out, but that's interesting because I'm telling you guys to be easy with stuff. But this is a form of regret, okay? That's what I was telling you the whole reading. You are not part of my plan. That's what that movie is about. It's a totally unplanned romance. And it's interesting because we have soul contracts. What I feel the masculine is realizing is that he had 3D plans, okay? He didn't know about his soul contracts. And now he's realizing you actually are part of a plan, a deeper, more spiritual plan that he wasn't even aware of until he started going through this journey, okay? And he took the easy way out because his 3D plan was avoiding growth, was avoiding facing things. And now he realized no matter how much you run, no matter how much you avoid, the pain will come bubbling up. And that's why I was just saying to you guys, he's been avoiding, but regardless, he has this sense of loss, this sense of lack. And it's like no matter how much he tries the easy road, he's not going to be fulfilled, okay? So he's this Empress reverse could also be like he's just missing the Empress. He doesn't feel her presence anymore. What's that song? Because I don't feel you anymore. I can't remember where. Because you don't... Oh, Broken from Seether. I don't feel you. I don't know what part that is. But... So I do feel there's a desire for the masculine to let go of these things that have kept him from being really happy. But I just feel that it's a wavering energy and he hasn't made a solid decision yet. Is he going to face himself? Is he going to own up to this journey? Or is he going to keep taking the easy way out, which is actually very toxic and will continue to trigger him? He'll continue to be in his fears. It's like literally the same exact journey I was going through with surgery. Like I was battling this so much. I was getting so much feedback, and I really am a very holistic Eastern medicine person, but my intuition was like, if I just keep avoiding surgery, I'm going to keep getting gallbladder attacks, and I'm going to keep on this journey that I don't want to be on anymore. And it's not that I took the easy way out, because that was actually, for me, the harder route, because that's not in my nature to run to Western medicine or anything like that. But it's like, what are you avoiding that will actually help things get better overall? So that's what I feel the masculine's going through. I can maybe do a longer reading on that, but there's going to be hurdles each way, but which route will ultimately give you the ultimate fulfillment that you want? And so it's like, for me, I've seen people that have taken the natural route and they've done gallbladder flushes and they've gotten rid of gallstones. But I feel for me, as long as first off, I couldn't do those flushes because of my other illnesses. I can't handle magnesium or Epsom salt, so I couldn't do those. I get very dizzy and disoriented really easily. But even if I removed gallstones, I would always feel like I'm going to keep getting them, and this is going to be a maintenance thing that I just didn't want to have to worry about that anymore. And I was putting off the inevitable, basically. So that's what I feel the masculine's doing. So this was a long reading, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in with me. I love you guys. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.